BT.
I came up in the field. I came up in the field. Dirty circle. You know the way. I took my cleats off from calling plays, I came up in the field. Gotta keep the monitoring spirits off because they just keep it tagged. Cause when you having shit your way, you gotta keep it sad. You gotta show them folks you grind and celebrate in the press. Stack your money up real high, get a bitch and disappear. Don't take your goofy ass outside if you got no business with you. Don't tell nobody all your move, keep your motion to yourself. Live every day that you got here like it's the last one ever. Hey, all I push here, P, feel like I'm Percy Miller. I'm from the trenches, look out my door, you probably see murder. These streets might give you what you want, but they'll never love you. They'll take everything you own, and they'll leave you nothing. Cause when you work hard in the paint, you must maintain your pivot. Niggas think they ball forever, but only get 3 seconds. Nigga get flagrant with these files, I'ma have to tell them. Cross that line too early, I'm shooting, that's a violation. Splash Brothers from long range, we'll hit your meal tell you. Go back to the crib and kick shit, hood nigga Kuma tell you. I'm gon' crash by my respect, I take that to the grave. I'm gon' do this stunt myself, call me Super Dave. I took my cleats off from calling plays, I came up in the field. Gotta keep the monitoring spirits off because they just keep it tagged. Cause when you having shit your way, you gotta keep it sad. You gotta show them folks you grind and celebrate in the press. Stack your money up real high, get a bitch and disappear. Don't take your goofy ass outside if you got no business with you. Don't tell nobody all your move, keep your motion to yourself. Live every day that you got here like it's the last one left. Watch me finger roll your hoe, just call me George Gervais. I used to serve it hand to hand, but now I hire workers. A Georgia boy take out your knees, but I ain't Todd Gurley. Cocoa butter and bath and body, I like my bitches girly. I want loyalty and respect, and you can keep your love. I got my foot on these nigga neck, and I ain't letting up. Ain't no op ever did shit, they just be talking tough. Right now I'm focused on my vision, and I ain't letting up. Pull out the shiesty and the blicky, and my pockets getting empty. Born with the grind on me, but this ain't no pretty Ricky. Amen, God shined on me, but I ain't no Sherman Hemsley. I got that 9 on me, hit the other team like Dez Riddle. I took my cleats off from calling plays, I came up in the field. Gotta keep the monitoring spirits off because they just keep it tagged. Cause when you having shit your way, you gotta keep it sad. You gotta show them folks you grind and celebrate in the press. Stack your money up real high, get a bitch and disappear. Don't take your goofy ass outside if you got no business with you. Don't tell nobody all your move, keep your motion to yourself. Live every day that you got here like it's the last one left.
Damn,
Like it's
BT.
the last one left. Like it's the last one left. Like it's the last one left. Live every day you got like it's the last one left.
Damn, BT.
I came up in the field. I came up in the field. Dirty circle. You know the way. I took my cleats off from calling plays, I came up in the field. Gotta keep the monitoring spirits off because they just keep it tagged. Cause when you having shit your way, you gotta keep it sad. You gotta show them folks you
Yo,
grind,
what the
celebrate
hell
in the
going
press.
on?
Stack your money up real
Between
high,
the
get a bitch and
seats in my home, baby, wait, let me explain before you go. What's up, y'all? What the hell y'all got going on this morning, man? It is a beautiful day. It is another day in the world that we live in. It is another day that we have been blessed with another day. We have been blessed with the first blessing of the day. And I'm excited about it. Y'all know what today is. Today is, well, this weekend was drop off weekend. I was gonna go take my baby yesterday, but I took a car to get his service because we finna take this 10-hour trip. I'm finna put her car on the road. She got a 2009 situation, so I wanted to make sure my baby shit was straight. They said, I'm glad you came here. The control arm on the front tires is broken. I said, what? He said, bro, you get on the road, probably gonna get about 2 hours on the road, that's gonna break on you. Cause it ain't used to that. But you just drive around town. So I had to get that fixed. So my boy getting in there, he trying to fix that. Last night he working at 9, 10 o'clock. It's still if I can take my phone out the stand, I can show you, bro. But wifey was like, oh my God. I said, we ain't gotta be there this Sunday. We ain't got to be there to Sunday to 2 o'clock. I was just going out there. We gonna kick it at an Airbnb, kick it in BR. Just find some shit to do in BR. But I looked at that as God's protection. And sometimes we get mad at being told no, or our plans being spoiled, or uh, this idea that we really had in our head, it was working, and you got it, and you put it all your all into it, and then you fall flat, it fail, or you get told no. Hold on, but wait a minute. And sometimes we as brats, we as kids to the Almighty Father, us as kids to the perfect daddy, us as God's children sometimes get a little spoiled and be like, oh my God, I can't remember you doing that. But instead of looking at it like, dang, but I wonder what God was protecting me from, we get mad and be like, nah, we got to change that mindset, bro. And the mindset change is going to scare all of your friends. It's going to scare your family when you get to shifting and wanting to be the person that you really want to be, and you get all the buzz stuff that you used to do back then, what they benefited from you when you was in your worst days. When you stop doing that, family get to talking like, what is he doing this, or what's going on with him? Even your friends, sometimes your friends can't make room for your growth. Sometimes your friends are spoiled just like we spoiled when God tell us no. Your friends are spoiled when you tell them, hey, I got something going right now. Your friends are spoiled when you communicate with them, hey, this what I got going on. We might not get to talk like all day today. We might not get to talk tomorrow. I'm not a person that's gonna talk to you every day, all day, 73 times a week. I'm not. But when a friend or when God tells you no or not right now, don't always look at it as the end all. It might be for your protection. And that's what a father is supposed to do, right? Protect and provide. Ooh, I just dropped that on. I did drop that on you for real, because I dropped that on me. That's for me. Hey man, we here. I got my Zaisha rolled up. I got a new cake to go. Bro, I ain't finna play with you. I'm finna get down there this afternoon. We probably won't get to VR to probably about 7 to 8 tonight. And it's cool with me. I'm good. I'm good on that. I don't care. I ain't got no time. Let me know we get my baby to LSU by Sunday. All her roommates there, they happy for it, they ready. It's She got a little apartment, and it's like Jack and Jill suites. This side over here, they got two little separate situations. Got a bathroom that they share, and over here, that's exactly how the military is set up. Jack and Jill suites. Um, I'm excited for her. I'm excited, bro. I ain't finna tell you that I won't shed a tear, but I don't think I am gonna shed a tear because I'm so happy for my baby, and I'm good. I'm in a good mood. And when I'm in good places like this, in good spaces like this, I don't want none of my friends to goddamn try to bring me down with their bullshit. I don't want none of my family try to bring me down with some, oh, you ain't paying. I don't like that. Don't do that. That's the quickest way to get me to stop messing with you. The quickest way to get me to cut you off as a family member. The quickest way for me to delete you off out my life is to press me about my time with my people, with my daughter. Did my last weekend with my daughter. Do you know I got family members and friends talking about they don't want to show you no attention? Mm-mm. That's not me. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man. I'm a man. MAN. And what comes first to me is my people. And if you ever try to get in the middle of me taking care of providing for my kids, oh, family, friends, or foe, you got to go. Hit the door. I don't want to talk to you no more. Oh no, ho. Yes, sir, ski. And that's from the bottom of my heart. For real, don't let nobody play with you. Don't let nobody play with you. Don't let nobody play in your face. Don't let nobody that's stuck up in their old ways, what they used to dealing with, what their family members, how they used to handle family members. Get away from all them people who say, that's just how I am. Or I'm just stuck. You know me. No, no. Even a tree grows and it looks the same for 1,000 years. Even a tree grows if you can't grow. got to go. Get the dough. I can't mess with you. No more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the highwaycollection.com, hwycollection.com. We got a case for you today. Y'all ever did anything just because? Like, oh, I'm just gonna do that. You know it's hell. You know you finna got dang on have some consequences, but you like, mm, I'm finna do it anyway. That was me. That was me. Back in the day when I was coming up. Well, actually, I can't say back in the day. I was about 41-ish too. I'm only 44. I'm only 44. So I don't want y'all to think that this new mindset or the way that I'm moving now is he's always been like that. I want to be the proof that you can come out a shit bag. You can come out a low life. You can come out nothing. You can have the mental capacity, the discipline, and the faith in God to turn you to be exactly who you want to be. I'm not nowhere close to where I want to be as a man, but I'm nowhere close to where I was as a man. You got to have that mindset. 1% every day. Get better. Highwaycollection.com. Discount code UNO. Get right. Go get right, man. Tate just dropped some new fire. I'm talking about fire yesterday. Fire. Go check it out. I ain't even tell you about it. hwycollection.com. And I got two ladies that I'm gonna bless with $50 lunch vouchers for going and signing up on the Highway Collection. Let me go ahead and get everything straight with my daughter. I'm gonna bless y'all. I just want to make sure everything straight with Shawty first. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. When we come back, man, we done did a lot of talking. When we come back, y'all know what we finna do. We're gonna get into the roll call. Y'all ready? I want to see who at work too. I popped up on y'all today, didn't it? I popped the hell up today. Hey, I got a lot of my friends, and before I get to the roll call, I don't even know who in the comments here, but I got a lot of my friends that's traveling to and fro. I got a couple of my friends that's my ladies that's they ain't at 100% right now. I just pray that God keeps y'all safe, keeps you the right hand to the man, close enough just to touch his garment to get the needs and prayers that you need answered from him. I ain't the middleman, but I can put in a good word for you. Man, I love y'all for real. I love y'all for real. And I hope I become the example of a good friend, a good man, or whatever it is that you see in me. I hope I live up to those expectations that you guys have for me. Because you guys are living up to the expectations that I have for you. Keep clearly communicating with me, and I'm going to clearly communicate with you. To be my friend, you got to be able to have tough, uncomfortable conversations that strengthens bonds. Just know that I really appreciate y'all. Really. Even when we bump heads, I appreciate y'all. Let's get into it, man. Roll call.
Roll call. Hurry up, detectives. It's time to work.
Hey, let's see, boy. Y'all lit in them all. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not expect that. See, because what's going on today? Oh, let me share y'all. I did an interview with StreamYard yesterday. They had me on there. Hi, my name is Demetrius. Welcome to StreamYard. I'm your host for today, and we're going to go over a few interactive things that we have new on the platform. I did that so many times yesterday. They recorded me so many times yesterday. Dude told me, say, hey, man, by the 30th, I'll let you know if you had a job. I was at the beginning stage. So I competed with like 1,500 people. So I made it to the second stage. So we down to 100 people. I got to do another interview next week, address interview on the StreamYard platform. So if I make that, well, I'll be a StreamYard ambassador. So I'll get all of my business services for free. I pay $100 a month for StreamYard. So I'll get all my business services for free, and I'll get a percentage of the revenue share from the videos on the StreamYard platform. StreamYard has over 13 million people on YouTube, and most of their videos get about 3 to 6 million views. So most of their videos revenue, and they're already monetized, revenue is about 30,000. YouTube takes 40% of the revenue. StreamYard, what they'll do on that video is take an additional 20% and leave you with 40% just for using their platform and saying, hi, welcome to StreamYard. I'm Demetrius. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. Things are things are it's going this way, and I don't like to broadcast it out loud. That's why I never share with nobody until I did it. And now we just wait. We just wait on the process. Man, we gonna grow. I'm not gonna stop. No matter how many obstacles that we reach, I ain't gonna stop. Good morning, feet. Good morning, good morning. We getting some overtime in. Hey, good morning, Modesty. I hope you feeling better. I hope you woke up and feeling a little bit more relieved and comfortable. We gonna pray our way through a good day. Hey, hey, y'all. It's Detective Booby in the building. What's up, boo? Y'all send her some love too. My girl Modesty, send her some love because she's shaking back. We didn't get a chance to do band camp because health is the most important thing. Health and family. Yeah we doing we content creating, but it's only one you, and we can't replace you. We can change shows, but we can't replace you. So I'm glad you get feeling a little better. I hope you feeling a little better. Glad you're still in the number, giving it a good valiant fight. And then our girl Booby, she getting ready to go to a competition, and we family. So we family, we gonna support our girl. So send her off with some love, send her off with some good looks, some well wishes. Go on her page, flood her out. You know what I'm saying? Shoot her that lightning bolt and purple heart. Let her know, hey, tomorrow I'm with you. I go throw I ain't finna say break a leg. Why we be saying that? Go break a leg. No, hell no, I'm not finna break no damn leg. No, no. I need both of mine. So I'm gonna say, go do a good twirl. I'm gonna challenge your ass. Yeah, yeah. Y'all don't want to mess with me. When I bring out that Uno shuffle, all the little line dancers gonna be like, ooh, Uno, teach me. I'm gonna be like, nah, cause I'm waiting for Booby to challenge me. Yeah, Booby, we gonna have a twirl off in the agency break room. Hey, happy Saturday, ladies. I don't know what's wrong with me this morning. Hey, good morning. You feeling any better, Modesty? Boo say, hey, you feeling any better? Yes, ma'am. I'm not 100. Just yet, but better. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good. Good love, man. Love on each other, man. Look at God. Good morning. Good morning. God is the man. Okay, okay. That was God protection on you, for sure. Definitely was. I definitely feel that, man. I definitely feel that. I'm happy and you had it checked out before you made that drive. And I was getting it checked out because I said, damn, my baby gonna be up here next time I'm see her probably about a month. She gonna be having this car. You know, I do all the check the oil, check the fluids, check this, turn the brakes, do this. Now that's what I do. My baby finna be out here by herself, so I gotta get it right so she can be smooth. Hey, what up, Fly High? Big salute to that boy all the way from Ghana, the motherland, man. I hope you having a good time. Man, I hope you enjoy your life. I hope you are smelling the rose. Enjoy yourself, man. Take a lot of pictures when you come back. Tell us all about it, bro. Hey, I just posted a video saying how I was able to beat. I was being a beat. Wait, hold on, wait. I ain't even high yet. I just posted a video saying how I was being a beat. God hit a brat, beat, brat, brat, being a brat. God healed me, and I got complacent, like he was supposed to heal me. The reality is he did heal me, but he also gave me instructions to live by. I did until I got comfortable and felt entitled. So I stopped doing the work. Amen. Accountability, mirror talk. Happy anniversary weekend. Yeah, yeah, man. I ain't even finna lie to you. I totally forgot about my anniversary. Cause my mind's so goddamn on focused on get my daughter to her destination. Shawty, we ain't even think about it. This is our Georgia year. Shit, I just lied to you. This is our 24. ah! This that 24. This my football number 24. When I freak number 24 in high school. I did my thing, defensive player. I played cornerback, safety. I did all the special teams, backup Q. A lot of shit. I was a pretty decent quarterback, but I played with a lot. I mean, I'm pretty decent cornerback, but I played with a lot of D1 talent. When I went to the military, I was him on the base team. I did my thing. So yeah, man. Being a brat, I know what you mean. You gotta let me work it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing no tripping because I be stumbling and bumbling. But y'all know how it is. Love, what's up, boo? I hope everything good your way. But yeah, boo, yeah, it is anniversary, but I ain't even got dang on tapped in. Shawty ain't tapped in. We ain't even there yet. Shout at me. She emotional. She highly emotional right now. So you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna let this wave pass, and then we gonna celebrate her when we get baby girl settled. We'll probably be in BR, get us something, get some fine dining. It's the 18th. My anniversary the 18th. So we'll get us a little bit to eat or whatever, and then slide back. Dang, boy, y'all just reminded me I gotta go do something. I can't let it go by like that. Hey, yo, I'm in here just talking this morning. When we come into overtime, man, we just be chilling. We ain't doing driving and listening. I appreciate you. Hey, tap in. That was me every time I eat some salad. You know a good well I'm allergic. Why we do that to ourselves? Because I know dang well I'm not supposed to be messing with this cheese, vegan or regular. Have my stomach faded. Boy, I like last night, boy, I had me a good old vegan burger. Boy, I'm talking about it with delicious. And I knew when I was eating that vegan mayonnaise and vegan cheese, I said, you know what? This one ain't gonna settle right with you. Boy, I was up all night long with my stomach like just distended with like gas. But I couldn't poop. I couldn't go. I couldn't do that. I don't know why. What was going on? So I got up, took me a gas station, and that joint went down like a balloon. And I was finally able to go to sleep like at 5 o'clock. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm far from who I used to be. Hey, say that modesty. I'm so glad I'm not where I used to be. I'm glad we all growing, bro. We growing. And I'm proud of y'all, bro. Like, for real. I'm proud of us. Because we came from some trauma, bro. We came from some, ooh, we came from some stuff. And I be looking at my friends, bro. And I be looking at y'all like, damn, boy, a lot of people want to survive. A lot of people want to survive what we've been through. A lot of people wouldn't survive what we've been through, y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Do not stop. We ain't even near where we need to be. Keep grinding. Hey, like that's love, man. We there. But shout out to growth. Shout out to growth. Y'all ready to kick this case off, man? Let's do it. Hey, I ain't see it. I ain't see it. But they told me this one was called Just Because. Just Because. Welcome to work, detectives. It's overtime.
Here this morning, police are looking for a
The
suspect
owned
or
lead
suspects, rather, in
detective
a deadly
agency
shooting. Two people were
capable
shot
of
and killed.
handling
DPD, they
these
released this
grotesque
video here.
and
A red
obscene
car pulls
cases.
up, four masked men get out and
Look
run
no
for the
further
store with
than the
guns.
DaOnes detective agency, where evidence does not matter. We lock you up and figure it out later.
Hey, what's up?
DaOnes detective agency, with your captain, Uno the One.
Shark, like, what the fuck?
He wanted a little community of little killers. Oh my gosh.
That's how we started off on overtime. Y'all, I ain't do the SWAT yet because I want to roll it out good, bro. I got 6 cases that's gonna blow it. The first 6 cases on SWAT, I got to start next Saturday. I didn't even have time to, finesse. So y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me. I'll just get my baby together. Um, but damn, this boy came out with you want a team full of little baby killers. What do we have? What are we doing? We trying to make some Waco, Texas type vibes. Y'all remember David Koresh? That was his name, David Koresh, down in Waco. The Davidians. Y'all remember them? They had to stand off with the FBI, popped a couple of them boys, left them dead 4 day standoff. Yeah. What are you trying to make some of them? Hell. Hey, does overtime come with M&M's? Hell yeah. Let me call Tate and tell him bring them M&M's over here, love. Booby, yeah, you gotta hit that twirl to that intro. You gotta hit that twirl to that intro, Booby. Yeah, I love. I got you on the M&M's, babe. Bet. Oh, David, correct. Yes, that boy was a fool.
This is so crazy that
Hey,
he's being accused of this.
now I ain't gonna lie. Them white ladies used to love David, but he was another looker that he finessed them with his looks and his charm. Like Bunny.
A young man takes off on a cross-country journey in hopes of achieving a fresh start. He's optimistic that this is his chance to make things right for his family, and he can feel it. Everything is about to change. Unbeknownst to him, however, his path will soon take an unfortunate detour. It will intersect with an individual so incredibly evil.
Damn. Ain't no way you shot somebody with a long rifle. That was a 7.62 round or a 5.56 round. That's a big round. I have those in my 300 and my 223. Them long rifles, them killers, them killer bullets.
They would later be described as a serial killer in the making. It was June 17, 2017, when 18-year-old Hunter Tash Smith left his home in Junction City, Oregon, bound for Nebraska.
Damn, we got somebody in Oregon. I don't think we ever did no Oregon.
There, a steady job that could help him to provide for his infant daughter was awaiting him. He'd led his family to believe he'd be traveling by Greyhound bus. It could be that he didn't want them to worry. In actuality, he had elected to hitchhike. 3 days later, on June 20th, he updated his friend in Nebraska, whom he planned to stay with on arrival. He was in Burns, Oregon, and was catching a bus to Idaho. Around this same time, Hunter's aunt, Raquel Messer, received word that Hunter had been picked up by a nice couple. Apparently, they
Y'all know when I hit it and I don't say nothing, I just be sitting here. Because I be trying to figure out, now, which one of y'all good people, which one of y'all good detectives in this comment section today? One of my good ladies, and my boy Fly from Ghana. Which one of y'all gonna feel, yeah, it's okay, yeah, nice couple pick my son up. It's all right. You was cool with your son hitchhiking across the country? Because that's basically what he was doing. He was hitchhiking. Parents, this for y'all. Parents.
You're a dog.
They allowed him to stay the night in their home, giving him a chance to clean up and get a comfortable night's rest. The plan was to drop him off at an Ontario, Oregon bus station the following day. And then, all contact with Hunter came to a screeching halt. It was the next month in August when Hunter's friend and
They thought he was taking the bus, Uno. He finessed them, but he told them folk, no, he done, a nice couple done picked him up. Come on now. Come on now. Yo, chill on my dogs. Hey, my girl said rewind it. Let's do it. Let's rewind that thing. We ain't number 40 seconds in. Let's go.
I'm standing there in like shock, like what the fuck?
He wanted a little community of slow killers. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy that he's being accused of this.
a young man takes off on a cross-country journey in hopes of achieving a fresh start. He's optimistic that this is his chance to make things right.
How desperate do you have to be to hitchhike across the country? Like, how desperate do you have to be to leave that place? Like, well, I got to get the hell out.
For his family, and he can feel it. Everything is about to change. Unbeknownst to him, however, his path will soon take an unfortunate detour. It will intersect with an individual so incredibly evil, they would later be described as a serial killer in the making. It was June 17, 2017, when 18-year-old Hunter Tash Smith left his home in Junction City, Oregon, bound for Nebraska. There, a steady job that could help him to provide for his infant daughter was awaiting him. He'd led his family to believe he'd be traveling by Greyhound bus. It could be that he didn't want them to worry. In actuality, he had elected to hitchhike.
So let's talk about it. Me and my girl, and I hate sharing me and my girl personal business, but we be having conversation. She says she used to travel a lot by Greyhound. My girl, Modesty. Now, Modesty, we both talked and we said I traveled from Brunswick. The one time I did ride Greyhound from Brunswick to Atlanta when my sister was in a high speed car chase in Brunswick with my car, and they told me to come get the car, and it was some dope in the car, and I said, "Well, you can have that shit. I'm not going to get it," and it's still there to this very day. And I took that trip from Atlanta, from Brunswick to Atlanta, and that thing almost took me 10 hours. I said, never again will I do that. Now, he said he was going to take a bus, a Greyhound, from Oregon to the other side of the country. You, as a parent, you ain't talked to your baby in some days. He hitchhiking across America. You just, all right, I hope you make it here, Johnny. Like, that's why I gave him that dog, Modesty. They a dog, too.
3 days later, on June 20th, he updated his friend in Nebraska, whom he planned to stay with on arrival. He was in Burns, Oregon, and was catching a bus to Idaho. Around this same time, Hunter's aunt, Raquel Messer, received word that Hunter had been picked up by a nice couple. Apparently, they were so kind that they allowed him to stay.
So I say, if you ain't tell Mama and Daddy that boy out there hitchhiking and got picked up, you a dog too.
Stay the night in their home.
Y'all think I need to go ahead and go to the interrogation room? Because I'm asking a lot of questions this morning. Because I'm in my office.
Giving him a chance to clean up and get a comfortable night's rest. The plan was to drop him off at an Ontario, Oregon bus station the following day. And then, all contact with Hunter came to a screeching halt. It was the next month in August when Hunter's friend in Nebraska contacted Hunter's mother, Heather Smith. The friend was working.
1 month. 1 whole entire 30 to 31 days, 28 if it was February. That's how my granddaddy said February. February. Fine. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That was him. They always add a little sauce to it. Whole month done passed by. The friend had to reach out to you like, little man, I'm still home. Because he ain't make it here. You ain't checking for him, you ain't doing that. I'm gonna let y'all have that because I gave her a dog. Y'all was mad at me.
Weeks.
Y'all was mad at me when I gave her a dog.
Since she'd heard from Hunter. Immediately, Hunter's family filed a missing persons report. It was August 4th. And then, nothing. 4 agonizing months passed since his family had last seen him, and still no word from Hunter. On October 21st, a development came, but it was the worst kind of news. Human remains were found by hunters in an area of the Bruno Desert in Idaho, Oregon's neighboring state to the east. The cause of death appeared to have been anything but natural, and based on the estimated age of the deceased, Idaho State Police believed that the remains could potentially be those of the missing young man. DNA from Hunter's mother was compared against that of the unidentified body, and the confirmation soon came. Sadly,
I would have been sick. My girl Fee said, bring Auntie in. My girl Booby said, lock Auntie ass. Hey, I got 2.
Detective, put the cuffs on this one. At least until we figure it out later. Cuff him, now.
the remains were those of Hunter. With the terrible news, the family's worst nightmare became a reality, and all hope that he'd someday return was lost. The situation was beyond comprehension. What could have happened to the young father who was eager to start his new life? The story behind Hunter's horrendous demise would soon unravel, along with unbelievably shocking revelations. Hey, come on. So, what y'all think happened? Y'all give me a hypothesis of what y'all think happened in the to Lil Hunter. You think he was picked up by a rando? You think this was somebody he was acquaintances with? Or do you think the couple
that he was picked up at a nice couple did that. I don't think bro was right. And let me explain. You got a family, auntie, friends, kids. You got a kids, you got a PM. You got a lot of people that's on your team. Why in the tarnations? I'm talking about tarnations. Where you hitchhiking across the world? You couldn't have been right. That's what my grandma used to say. Yeah, boy, right. What is right, grandma? Let's get back to it. Oh, see? My girl loves say, new baby, and you out there hiking? Like, that don't make no sense to me. Was he trying to get missing? I need some more backstory. I'm finna go ahead and get in the interrogation room, y'all, because I'm asked too many questions. Let's go.
About the monster whose path he tragically crossed. The question why any of this happened in the first place will be answered, but understanding the bizarre motive is another thing entirely. In the county of Owyhee, rumors began circulating about the disturbing find. One particular...
So look at that, man. Look at the cities, the distance of where this fool trying to walk. Good 300 to 500 miles. That might be a look. Yeah, good 300 to 500. Maybe about, yeah, rounding up. That's good smooth. Yeah. You trying to walk that, bro. I know them glasses ain't give you night vision because they raggedy. They look like sloppy glasses. So, bro, he can't be right. And then that falls back onto the mom of them. If the boy ain't right, what the hell?
With was arrested for murder?
Ben, will you just...
Did he do it?
Oh, I can't imagine that he did. He is such a gentle, kind, intelligent person.
Well, he sounds like some kind of nice guy.
He is. He's Arthur Saxon.
From the radio?
Yes. Oh, you'll like him, Ben. He's smart and he's clever.
He's a genuine, true jackass.
Lead out of the many received shortly after news of the somber discovery was made public captured the full attention of law enforcement. A man by the name of Nick Vandenberg had shared a local...
Oh, damn. Nick look like he...
news story on Facebook.
You good, love? I see you say I can't hear. Oh, okay. Now, I be wanting my people to be in there because, sometimes I be pressing mute and I be forgetting I'm pressing mute. Ain't not. Y'all tell anybody I told all this. But I be hiding, y'all.
Look, this is close to where I live, Nick commented. But it was his next comment that really raised eyebrows. If it was me, I wouldn't have left him in the desert, LOL. Too much risk of hunters stumbling on a dead body, LOL. Not exactly the kind of...
Oh, nah. So what we doing with Nick? I seen his face in them cow licks. When they put him up there, when I seen Nick in them cow licks, I said, well, he done did something. He done did something. I'm just gonna use executive order like y'all president. I'm just gonna put him in.
Detective, put the cuffs on this one. At least until we figure it out later. Cuff him now.
Of things someone expected to read about such a tragedy, especially posted publicly. As law enforcement followed up on the leads that had rapidly filtered in, they were soon led to a young woman by the name of Montana Reed. She'd been living with Nick in his home until recently and was his ex-girlfriend.
So Nick and Montana That's the nice couple. Is this the nice couple that picked them up? You couldn't just visit church like the rest of us. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. So why are we hiking? That couple needs to be questioned because why the auntie okay with him being picked up by the nice random couple? That's what I'm saying. Be like, this the couple? I think the dinosaurs got him. Oh, this T-Rex and a Bronchiosaurus right here. They got him. Hey, so you mean to tell me that hitchhiking was better than the Greyhound? No. I take the Greyhound now. I take the Greyhound on that one. Hey, he got pink eye crawled into a cave and then got ate by. Let me see. I'm gonna look. Yeah, I think the dinosaur might have got him. Okay. Here, boom, boom, boom. I apologize. Y'all know I'm older than I was yesterday. Yeah, you are. You are 24 hours older. You ain't tell no lie right there. Okay, you good. Nick look like SK. He looked like a frosted mini wheat. Nick did look like a mini wheat, a serial killer ready to be activated. And he found a victim. The hitchhiking can't get right. Hitchhike across the country. Wait, Nick, bring that ass here, boy. We know. Wait until internal affairs get that sample. Well, you a snitch, bro.
Montana agreed to speak with detectives on October 24th of 2017, 3 days after the remains were located. First, they addressed how it was that she came to live with Nick in his home.
Oh, Modesty said lock her up too. Lock her up, bring her in too, lock her. Okay, bet. Y'all going crazy. We locking folk up today. Let's lock her up.
Detective, put the cuffs on this one. At least until we figure it out later. Cuff him, now.
Home.
Halloween night of last year, I moved in, and I was getting a divorce, and
they get divorced.
You know, me and my husband were leaving my mom's house. I couldn't live there anymore, so he offered me a place to stay, and so I was meeting his friends and everybody.
It seems it wasn't
Now she gonna be the victim.
long before the detective got down to the heart of the matter.
I couldn't think of him hurting somebody like that.
Why do people say that he's violent and is capable of doing that?
Because he went to military. I mean, he talks about little stuff from the military, and I mean, he's been in a few bar fights.
Nick has claimed that during the course of his service in the Marine Corps, while stationed overseas, he'd engaged in combat. As a result, he'd had to resort to taking lives.
Niggas talk about their steps. You really got bodies, that shit. Brag about it. Let's get back to the case.
Montana gave some additional background on Nick and explained that his upbringing had left a lot to be desired.
His growing up, I don't know if you know, but like he was in and out of foster care and all this other stuff, and so.
As it turns out, Montana wasn't the only individual Nick welcomed into his home.
What about his roommate?
I couldn't see Keith hurting anybody either. Keith.
Oh my lord. It's Keith, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and goddamn on Mike. Bruh, I got to make that paddy wagon. Like y'all said, pull out the desert paddy wagon. Because they really got a whole lot of crime in Oregon, and they hide it, yeah. Because they be high as hell. They be out there high. That was the first place out there high. They be like, man, who's dead? Stevie's dead. What you guys doing tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? I got to make that paddy wagon. Because we got too much. Mike, Ronnie.
Just had a baby, and he's, he's been in jail. He doesn't want to go back at all.
33-year-old Willie Keith Raby is a man who will hear from.
Oh, don't call that boy Keith. That boy named Willie. That boy named Willie. Willie. Hey, y'all talk to me now. What we doing? We locking Willie up? Are we locking Willie up? Willie Keith. Ooh, that's a new one. Oh, I like that too. You got to say it together. And don't come in this comment talking about Willie or Keith. If you don't say it together, I'm not gonna say your comment. You gotta say it together, Willie Keith. Okay? That's the deal. Are we locking Willie Keith up? Y'all tell me. I'm gonna let it play until y'all tell me we're gonna lock Willie Keith up.
From shortly. As it turns out, he's also on law enforcement's radar for multiple reasons.
It said just like
Montana continues to describe her dealings with the two men after living with them for an extended period of time.
Neither of them ever showed.
It's some kind of freaky situation. You're just a random girl living with two random men. One's a Marine.
A violent side to me.
So far, Montana can only speak highly of the two men. Of course, as you'll see, this won't always remain the case. The detective then poses an interesting question.
My girl Madison said lock up Willie Keith too.
Detective, put the cuffs on this one. At least until we figure it out later. Cuff him, now.
I know a Willie Keith. He a crackhead.
Question to Montana.
Have you seen the news article that came out about the body that was located?
Oh yeah,
I've seen
everything, y'all.
Lots of people post on Facebook from that area. And then it was right out there where we lived, kind of.
He's trying to get a sense of how much Montana knows.
And where were they saying the body was located?
I didn't look exactly where, but everybody, like, I know Nick posted on there. He was like, that's pretty much in my backyard. I mean, you know, and it just said that the Bruno Desert is where it was found.
Why would Nick talk about this, that he did this to this person?
I don't know. He's not necessarily a show-off, I guess. I don't know why he would be talking about something like that if he didn't do it. And if he did, he's not. I don't. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy that he's being accused of this.
No one's accusing him yet.
You just suspect that he did it because people are talking about it.
Did he ever talk to you about the term bunny bumping?
Bunny bumping?
Going out and shooting rabbits in the desert.
Yeah, we did that.
Did he ever talk about going out with Keith?
They went out lots. I mean, not lots, but...
The detective asks.
Is she drunk, bro? Has she been drinking that yet? Before she came in that interrogation room with us? Do she know she being recorded? Because she just like, it's like casual conversation. And she just spitting a lot of incriminating evidence. Bunny bumping? When you go around and just pluck random bunnies in the desert. I thought we called bunny bumping something else in high school. We ain't gonna get into that. We would run around bumping bunnies. You know, I wasn't a good shot because I ain't get a bunny. I ain't bump no bunnies, but I got a couple partners that knocked off a few little bunnies. You feel me? This might be a whole crew of can't get rights. Never mind. My mind went to a whole nother thought. Bad love lays bad love. No. I think we might have been on the same. Yeah, see, yeah. That's what I thought it was bunny bumping. Let me get back to the case.
Where they enjoyed going out to shoot, and coincidentally, it seems they frequented a spot near the Bruno Desert, according to Montana, near where Hunter's body was found. At this point, it seems the detective is narrowing in on the suspect.
Point blank, if you knew that he did this, would you tell me?
Of course I would. I don't want to get in trouble for that. For keeping that?
Yeah, of course.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
Know if Nick did this or not. There are things that point that possibly he did.
Shawty went from being married to the murder investigation, and she ain't got a clue.
Which means he's...
Mama kicked her out. Mama and daddy kicked her out. she went to live with a murderer.
He's a bad person. Or he could not be. So again, I'm trying to reiterate, stay away from the guy, okay? Don't talk to him about this. Don't talk to anybody about this. Something happened, whether he had something to do with it or not, I don't know, but he has told people that he has.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Montana continues to express her shock that Nick's name has come up in relation to Hunter's death. The detective concludes the conversation, and Montana...
Oh my gosh, wasn't it? I wasn't sold on that. Oh my gosh. I was not sold on that. Oh my gosh.
I think this marks the end of her involvement in the matter. However, the following day, the detective and Montana meet again, and as you'll see, she didn't heed his advice.
I talked to him talking about this stuff, and then that's why I called you.
So you talked to Nick after you talked to me?
Yeah, I told him because he messaged me, so I tried to, keep it short.
While it is possible that Montana is innocent and is simply trying to look out for her friend, going straight to Nick could also suggest that she's involved and wants to ensure their stories line up. If the detective wasn't suspicious of Montana before, he likely is now.
I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this, but I'm guessing since you're talking about the guns, the person that was found was shot. Am I allowed to ask that?
We can't comment on what we have, but
that's a possibility.
Let's focus in on what you do know.
Okay.
Interestingly, stating that they can't comment isn't actually true. There's usually no rule that would prevent the police from providing details to a potential witness. However, officers will often be strategic about the details they do divulge. Many times, police will want to wait to hear a witness's version of events. This serves two purposes. First, it ensures that the witness's statements aren't influenced by the detectives. Second, if the witness provides statements that the officers already know to be false, then they can use these contradictions in the interrogations. As it seems they aren't making much progress, the detective begins to lay it on thicker.
I'm glad you called me last night, but I still find it strange that you would even care to even stop and talk to Nick after I've disclosed to you that he is suspected in killing somebody. I can't tell you what we know, but I know you would have been living at a house when this happened. And I don't know how you wouldn't know at least something.
She absolutely put herself in it, Fee. Because she goofy.
That time frame between, say, around the 4th of July and the month leading up to everybody moving out of that house.
Of course, Montana can explain it all away, as she's been doing so far.
Keith was on the run. We told him that he needed to go serve his time. Everybody did. But he didn't want to. So I know that.
So this is a house full of fugitives. This is a house full of vigilantes, misfits, and fugitives. Man, go ahead and do what we gotta.
Maybe he was the lucky one. His troubles are over. Book him down on murder 1, 2 counts.
Nick, Willie Keith, and Montana. Put all them in prison. I ain't got time to play with these folks.
Nick, pretty much. I don't know if he told him, but I know that Nick didn't want him at the house if he was going to be on the run. I moved out because we were having some issues and with our relationship. One night we got in an argument and I just had it, so I moved out the very next day.
As of now, the detective is curious how Montana and Nick's conversation began the previous day. Apparently, they've been texting each other frequently. Unfortunately, Montana is unable to show the messages to the detective. Apparently, she routinely deletes all of her messages. These having been erased alone wouldn't make Montana guilty of anything. However, if combined with other evidence, the prosecution could use this to show something called consciousness of guilt. This is evidence that shows that a particular criminal defendant knew that they had done something wrong and were conscious of their own involvement. For example, destroying evidence of a crime. A common misconception is that once you delete something from a phone or computer, then that file or message is permanently deleted. However, this is not the case. Until the underlying data is actually written over, it can still be recovered. As Montana has continued to stick to her story, that she can't believe Nick could be involved in such a terrible crime and that she has no information to share, the detective kicks things up a notch. And as you'll see, Montana does have some details to share after all.
The truth's going to set everybody free, okay? I know you know something. I'm looking at you right now, and I know you do.
And with that, Montana makes a shocking statement.
This
I was there.
With this
I just said book 'em. I said she knew more than she was putting on. Didn't I could tell how she was finessing. He sent her there to fish information. She went right back and told him what was the case. She green bean. She digmatized. So she risking her freedom for the little goddamn crew. Man, ooh, I like this. I like doing it like that. When we come to the eight, you see how that light just went off like that, and when the interrogation room, the lighting, it gave it a different look. Damn, the interrogation. Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna leave it like this. Back to the case.
revelation, there's no question about it. Montana has been lying.
I don't want him to be in trouble. I don't want him to go to jail.
Devil in the sky for sure, modesty.
I don't want to go to jail.
This marks the point where everything changes course. Montana has a mountain of information to provide, and it definitely won't be setting anyone free.
I know one day, Nick came home with this kid. I don't know his name. He said that he picked him up and he was a hitchhiker. And we were gonna feed him dinner.
Auntie knew he was picked up by a nice couple.
And let him take a shower, and then Nick was gonna drop him off at another place.
If you recall, the last word from Hunter was received around June 20th. The detective asks Montana when Nick picked the kid up.
Give me a time frame, summer. Was it about this party time that we're talking about?
A little bit before.
Okay.
The kid joined them for dinner. After that, they were going to show him a good time.
The kid had never went shooting rabbits. We talked about all of that sort of stuff. He had never went hunting, really, and he never went shooting rabbits. So the guys were going to take him out.
Good
Keith
boy.
and Nick. So that was their plan, is they were going to take him out
Girl,
to go shooting, and then
don't want him to go to
take him
jail.
up to
Nick
Mountain
ain't
Home.
never that good.
When they got back,
To her, it's the
he
best.
wasn't there anymore, and
You didn't go with them to shoot rabbits.
not that time.
What did Nick tell you about this?
All he said was that they took him out shooting and dropped him off in Mountain Home.
But you said you were there. You know this happened. You're in now. You're on the right path.
The detective asks her if she would be willing to call Nick
You're in
while
now.
he covertly listens in.
Yeah, I can do that.
It's worth a try. According to a statement the detective made earlier, Nick has been eager to talk to other
Hunter
people
was
who
the
have been
rabbit,
shared information
and they
with
popped him.
police.
So the police left me a message asking about the body.
They wouldn't say that in the message.
Why would they be asking me?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Do you know anything?
No?
When someone's voice goes from a lower tone and ends on a higher tone, it often means the person is questioning something or lacks confidence in what they're saying. It could also mean they are being disingenuous or are simply caught off guard. His upward inflection here is a red flag because this should be something he's certain about, which would be demonstrated with a firm tone of voice rather than his less than confident no.
Does anybody that you know anything?
Not that I know of. Everybody I've talked to doesn't
You don't even
have
sound
any idea
convincing.
what's going on. We're all trying to figure it out, too. Because that seems really suspicious to me that call you and talk about a body in a message. They would just ask you to return the call.
If anything, it seems the call is making Nick suspicious of the whole situation.
They wanted to know about the body, and they said that it involved possibly that hitchhiker that you brought home.
Mm-hmm.
And you, and I told him that I'd have to call him back later. What's going on?
I don't know, Montana.
Okay.
I don't have any idea.
What happened to the hitchhiker?
I don't know. What's going on?
Because I just want to know. I want to know why they're calling me.
You already know. You know everything I know. So why are you asking me?
Because I just want to ask you because I don't know what to do. And I'm nervous and...
You didn't even sell
nervous
this.
about.
You didn't even sell this, shouted. You dead meat.
Okay.
I picked up 100 hitchhikers over the last 3 years. So, like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay. I gotta go. Okay. Bye.
Unfortunately, the call didn't include the admission the detectives had hoped for.
They planned that
The following day, interview number 3 with Montana kicks off.
God dang.
You recognize that gentleman?
Montana,
That's the kid. Mm-hmm.
How certain are you?
Pretty certain.
What we supposed to say? Yeah.
Sure that that's our missing hitchhiker.
Looks exactly like him.
Okay. Well, I can also say that I'm 100% sure that that's the body we found in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
It's all starting to crash down on Montana, and she has to know it. Also on this day, detectives also finally catch up with Keith. As you'll see, he's definitely not eager to talk. As Keith has had 3 unrelated warrants out for his arrest, he's been made aware that he will not be heading home after this interview. These warrants are not of interest to the detective. He has more pressing things on his mind.
We have been looking for you because you are not a suspect. You are a witness to what happened that day.
The detective starts the interrogation with some simple questions.
How long have you known Nick?
So like I said, I've only known him maybe 5 or 6 years.
But you grew up in that area out there in
Grandview, but I don't think Nick really went to school, and he's quite a few years younger than me, so I didn't really hang out with kids that were super young, you know what I mean?
Already, Keith is attempting to distance himself from Nick. The question is, why would he find it necessary to do so?
It's going to be a good relief for you, I think. It's just tell us what happened from the beginning.
As Keith is about to start telling the story, he rubs his face and eyes, which is considered eye-blocking behavior. Not only is this a sign that he's uncomfortable, but it also acts as a barrier between him and the detective. As well, it can be an attempt to avoid having to look into the face of the person who he may begin lying to.
So Nick had called, I think I was at work or something, and I was going to get home late, and Nick had messaged me and said that he picked up a hitchhiker, and he brought him back to the house. But I knew it was going to be a while before I got there.
That's not how Montana recalled the evening.
Keith wasn't with Nick when Nick picked him up. I think Keith was already at the house.
He started messaging something like...
I don't know if I believe her story needs to know.
And don't quote me on that. These aren't his exact words.
Okay.
If it's just in reference. It was something like he had like basically like a thirst for...
They on that pattern.
To kill or something like that.
Things are looking worse for everyone at this point. Montana and Keith's stories aren't lining up, and Nick allegedly has some very alarming urges.
And at first,
Nick say, I don't know what's going on.
Well, throughout the whole night, I thought he was just fucking joking. But then when I showed up at the house, his persona was different.
It wasn't the same Nick that you normally
know. No, it wasn't the same.
Why everybody say that?
And there was a hitchhiker there?
Yeah, there was. We started driving and we started shooting rabbits. And then I remember we go up towards like the Bruno Canyon maybe.
And in the midst of this story, Keith reveals something that perhaps he wasn't supposed to reveal.
And like like Montana, she was sitting in front of me.
This admission from Keith is definitely not consistent with her story, at least with one of her earlier
Montana over here pump faking the whole time. She end up Nick, her and Nick is goddamn getting their stories together to go against 12. Keith ain't in on the plan, so he just telling the truth. The detective messed him up when he came in there and said, right now you're not a suspect, you're a witness. And he was like, oh, okay, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
versions that she told the previous day.
Yeah,
You didn't go with the issue rabbit.
Not that type.
In this third interview, she must realize that the walls are beginning to close in.
You haven't been honest with me. I know you haven't. I went back, I listened to the calls, and I listened to their interview yesterday. You were there when this happened. I have to put Nick in prison, whether you like it or not. And you're going to have to help me do that. Will you do that and tell me exactly what happened?
Yeah.
As her self-preservation instincts kick in, Montana's account changes yet again. And as you'll see, she knows much more than she originally let on.
So I didn't watch it happen. I looked away because I didn't want to watch it. Keith was in the car with me. He was in the back seat.
There's now a consensus between the two. Keith and Montana were both present at the time of the murder.
Nick let the kid get out and go shoot at a rock.
That kid wanted to shoot one of Nick's bigger guns, rifles. So he's firing it, and...
What's he shooting at?
Just rock and nothing. There was no rounds there. He was just firing it just so he could fire it, I guess.
What happened next was absolutely chilling.
I don't know, I just happened to be watching them, and I seen the kid empty out that gun, and he spun around, and I looked over at Nick, and I seen him with his pistol, and it was down at his hip, and it was pointing right towards him. The kid was maybe a little bit farther than that door.
From the wall to the door?
Yeah, a little bit farther from Nick.
Okay.
And then Nick pulled the trigger and shot him right in the stomach.
And Nick got up out of the car and he shot him.
The kid threw Nick's rifle down, and Nick waited till his gun was empty.
That rifle was empty?
Yeah. And the kid couldn't fire back.
And I know that the kid said something.
The kid was screaming, "Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Don't fucking kill me. I have a kid. Don't fucking kill me." And he fell onto his back, and he was trying to kick at Nick, because Nick walked up to him.
And then he fired off 2 more shots.
And then Nick put 2 rounds in his head. I'm standing there in shock, what the fuck?
The accounts match up as far as Nick shooting Hunter, but then the versions veer off in different directions. According to Montana, Keith was in the car with her at this time. Keith continues with more heart-wrenching details of the savage ambush on the unarmed young man.
And he turns towards Nick?
Turns towards Nick and is walking back.
Towards Nick?
Towards Nick, and he gets shot right here.
Okay. In the side of the stomach?
No, it was right, maybe below the rib.
Okay.
And he drops the gun and he's holding himself.
And he's standing up?
He was standing up, yeah. And then he had tripped and fell on his back.
Okay. And Nick walked up to him?
And Nick walked up to him.
And this kid's saying, "Don't shoot me," don't shoot me, whatever he's saying?
Yep. And Nick puts 2 rounds in his head.
What happened, what did Nick do after he shot him in the head?
Looking for casings. He was looking for his shells.
For the pistol?
For the pistol.
What kind of pistol was it?
1911.
What caliber?
45.
Military
caliber.
When it seems Nick's acts have reached peak malice, he takes things to another level, which can only be described as horrific.
The kid was still breathing.
1911 was my service pistol as a medic. I'll bust you dead.
Even though he'd been shot in the head?
Yeah, twice. He was still breathing. So Nick point blank shot him again in the face. And he stopped.
And with that, Hunter, referred to by Montana and Keith only as the Kid, was dead. You've probably noticed that Montana and Keith continually refer to Hunter as the Kid or the Body. These are their attempts to emotionally distance themselves from Hunter and his murder.
This is what I don't understand. Why would you put someone, me and Montana, in a situation that I sure don't want to be in? I don't know about Montana, but I don't want to be in that.
What did you guys do? I'm saying that as a collective, maybe it was all him.
Conveniently, that's where the story's headed, for now.
I'm so fucking, like, what the fuck? I don't have a gun, and I can't just pull the trigger on somebody, you know what I mean? I know it wasn't directed towards me. I know I probably should have fucking done something, but I don't know what the fuck to do.
Apparently, Nick knew exactly what to do next.
He's like tearing the fucking kid's clothes off because the kid was in our house. Nick's wanting to take all the clothes off except for his underwear because he sat in our house in the fibers. Nick's a smart fucking dude.
So he stripped him of his clothes?
Yeah.
Not so much.
Put it all in the bag and burned them.
And then he asked Keith to get out and help him undress him, and they drug him off. I did not watch. I didn't want to watch. I didn't want to be a part of it. I didn't even know what was going on.
He says, help me drag this body over. It's like, fuck, dude, I don't want to do this. And I did.
Nick likely wanted him to help clean up because the more involved Keith was, the less likely he would be to report him. If he tried to implicate Nick, then he would be implicating himself as well. Despite their efforts, both Keith and Montana are more involved than they claim to be.
I agree.
And the truth will soon start to show itself as more shocking revelations are made.
After it all went down,
You went from a wife, a divorcee, to murder.
What happened to the ID?
What a fall.
I don't know. I have no idea.
He kept the license of the kid. I don't know where he put it. I don't know if he still has it, but I know that he kept it.
This behavior can be a warning sign of a potential serial killer, and an indicator that if given a chance, he would kill again. As the detective is starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together, he wants more information about the motive.
Damn, I didn't even catch the animal harming. It's usually cats and dogs and torture. I'm thinking they're hunting when they're going to do bunny bumping. They're right. He is a mini weak. He's a frosted mini weak for sure.
Behind the brutal killing. Obviously, there's no real rationale. So what drove Nick to commit such an unconscionable act?
You told me that it's like he had a thirst for blood.
Yeah.
So what makes you tell me that? What was the basis of the context that would give?
I can't remember exactly what was said, but it was along the lines of, this kid's a liar, and I'm going to end it, or I'm going to end him, or something like that.
According to Keith, Nick's comments were in the form of text messages sent to Keith while Hunter was a guest in their home.
Did you have the idea that something bad was going to happen to that kid?
I don't know. It's kind of like mixed feelings. Like, just because Nick was saying that, I didn't really expect that shit to be fucking going to happen that way.
However, that's not what Montana says.
But what happened? What transpired with Nick? Because what I'm being told is Nick was going to kill this guy, and he had planned on doing it. Okay, did you have any idea that this was going to happen?
I know that
This got me baffled.
Keith and Nick talked about it, and they told me that something was going to happen, but I didn't know what. And once we got out there, I figured it out. I know that after the fact, he would talk about
her name.
doing it again. That it was a stress relief. Or talk about finding a random person driving down the highway in the middle of Idaho, like on the highway from Idaho to Nevada, and just finding a random person and acting like the car was broke down or something and killing them. And driving their car off into the desert and burning it on fire.
The reality that Nick was an aspiring serial killer is all too real. Keith's interview is concluded and he's taken into custody as a result of his unrelated warrants. However, when it comes to his involvement in the murder, the investigation has just begun. There's only one person left who can answer the detective's remaining question, Nick.
Look at him.
Detectives then catch up with him that same afternoon on October 26th.
Let's go big, y'all.
The reason we wanted to talk to you is because of a body that was found out in the desert.
I heard about that. I actually saw the notice on Facebook, the press release from
Okay. Well, some hunters found this body that's out in the desert, right? And contacted the police. They asked us to assist with them. That's why we're here. Okay. And we're trying to track down any and everything that we can find out about who this person may be. Okay, and what happened to this person.
Nick is holding his body very still, which may indicate that he is in fight or flight mode. When someone encounters a threat, they may freeze momentarily. This is an instinctual response in order to minimize attention, much like an animal may stop all movement when they realize a predator has spotted them.
Your name came up as somebody that we might want to talk to that might know something about this.
Why is that?
Now, I got to tell you straight up, I can't tell you a lot of stuff. I'll tell you what I can. Would you happen to know anything about this body being out in the desert?
I don't know. No, I don't have any idea. I know some people a while back thought I saw a notice saying that the hitchhiker that I had picked up had gone missing.
Nick has thoroughly prepared his story for this interview. So far, he seems confident that he's got this one in the bag.
Nick's a smart fucking dude.
As you'll see, though, the interview will begin to head in a different direction shortly, and not to Nick's advantage. Nick readily relays his encounter with the hitchhiker to the detective.
I ask him.
People often confuse smarts with for being smart with like being a liar. He's a liar.
Where he wanted to go, because I mean, I'm obviously not going to drive him to Nebraska. And I said, well, if you haven't eaten, if you're hungry, whatever, I can take you home, make dinner. I got to make dinner anyway. And I can bring you back to town tonight or in the morning. Save you that much time. And he said, all right.
Nick explains that Hunter ate dinner with Nick, Keith, and Montana. Then they all went out to shoot rabbits. His account is consistent with the others so far, but then Nick throws in some new information.
Came back to the house. He had made a comment about Montana. I was not excited about his comment about Montana. Some sexual stuff about wondering if she would sleep with him and all this. And I said no, because at the time Montana and I were semi-seeing each other.
Okay.
I took him to the Chevron Mountain Home. It was after dark. I don't even know what time it was. Took him to Chevron Mountain Home. Gave him $20 cash. Two $10 bills, I think it was. And that was the last time I saw or heard from until somebody said they seen a missing poster with his name on it.
This is the first we've heard in relation to inappropriate comments, so it's likely that Nick may have added this in to paint an entirely different narrative. He wants police to believe that he's a kind stranger that took in a hitchhiker.
Montana was a little baddie now. She was a little bad couple vanilla pudding, but nah, man. Got little bread trying to get to his baby, man.
And made him dinner, only dropping him off at a gas station in Mountain Home, Idaho, after he supposedly made Montana uncomfortable.
What would you think if I told you that I thought the guy that was out there in the desert is the same guy?
The same person.
That you described to me.
I think that's kind of crazy, to say the least. A little uncomfortable at the same time.
Yeah, your reaction.
Because that would instantly point a finger at me, being the last person that saw him, had a meal with him.
It's going to be difficult for Nick to explain away the next question posed by the detectives.
What would you say if I told you that he was out in that general area that you described to me as well?
Around Shoofly?
In the desert out there, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's... I don't know.
Is it well known out there for people to go?
Yeah, all kinds of people go through the desert out there shooting rabbits or
whatever. You know, we did talk to Montana.
Mm-hmm.
And she told us some of the same stuff that you've said, but some of it's a little different.
Okay.
Okay. We talked to Keith.
Okay.
And he told us some stuff too, but some of it's a little different.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why we wanted to talk to you.
I understand completely.
Okay. The story they told us
I would have been like,
has
let
a
me get a
different
lawyer.
kind of an ending.
Really?
Yeah. So we want to talk to you about that and see what the ending really is.
Caught. You caught, boy.
Now you're off your rocker, mister.
I saw you do it. You shoved her off the terrace. You beat her up and then you killed her.
Donald, take him out of here. Book him. Murder one.
I'll get you for this.
I'll get you for this. Well, I'll worry about 99 years from now.
Yes.
Okay.
Nick is clearly feeling the pressure. He may be realizing that this version isn't quite cutting it.
You know, the story that we were hearing is that the hunter never came back from the hunting trip.
Really?
Shooting rabbits.
Most likely a strategic move, the detective exits the room for a few minutes, then returns and directly confronts Nick.
I know you were involved in what happened with him. Now, hold on. Let me finish it. I'd like you to tell us the truth. I know that you guys are out shooting rabbits. Well, I know that.
He hit.
Okay.
Hey. Detective hit him with a granddaddy ride now. Hey, hold it up, grandson. Now, I know. Yeah, he getting him just like that.
There's not a doubt. I know that you guys had picked him up as he was hitchhiking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know that you had some drinks, smoked some weed with him, took him out for a drive.
Yeah.
Right? I also know that the end of the drive, he stayed there. And he stayed there because he was shot. I know that. I also know that he was shot with a 1911 45.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which you had.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Hold on one
I also
minute
know
now.
that you shot him.
Pump your brakes.
Then the tables turn and Nick poses some questions of his own.
And why would you say that?
Because I know that.
How do you know that?
I have the proof. I have the 45 bullets. I also have witnesses that were out there that said that you did it.
Nick has dug himself quite a hole. Now that he sees he's not going to get out of this, he attempts.
Y'all, I'm going to put you down on my narcissistic ways. If somebody ever say, who told you that? They lying. They want to know who exposed it. A liar don't like to be exposed, right? So he just exposed that he lying straight up by it. Who told you that? Liars. That's one. It's really five or six different. Yeah. Let me get back
to provide a new story to the detective, one that will get him out of trouble. And as you'll see, it's unbelievable.
Do you want to tell us about what happened out there?
Yeah, but we were out there shooting rabbits, drinking, and we got out. He had said he wanted to shoot. He shot at a rock. He just started shooting at it. And I was like, don't shoot at the rock. Like ricochets happen.
We being real.
And he said, it'll be okay. And he turned around, and I was standing just outside the driver's door, and he turned around and I heard the gun click. And I reacted.
And what'd you do?
I shot him. I went back to the same thing I was trying to do.
In the military.
Mm-hmm. And even afterwards, Keith looked at me and he's like, that wasn't you. And I said, well,
then
in a way, that is me.
So Nick did shoot Hunter, but according to Nick, it was simply a reflex. After all, he'd been trained to react in the military. Nick makes a last-ditch effort to assassinate Hunter's character, having already confessed to actually assassinating him. While going through Hunter's belongings prior to burning some of the evidence, Nick claims to have made a shocking discovery.
He had grabbed my stuff from the Marine Corps. I have a set of dog tags and a little crystal image of myself.
Combination of both.
Boot camp. Mm-hmm. And then my ribbons.
He had that stuff in
it was in his backpack, along with a set of my hunting knives.
Really? So he was in the process of...
Yeah, man, shut your goofy, laboofy ass up, boy. That man don't want your damn dog tags. That is what's on your dog tags, right up. Right up. Your damn name, your first and middle initial, O positive for my blood type, Social Security, USN, Baptist, dog tags. That is nothing but to identify your flesh in the battlefield. That's it. You don't earn them. It's nothing there. I got my tags. No. And I had a red dog tag that said I was G6PD deficient. So that made me have to drink extra water. That's it. That's all. That's it. Your ribbons when you went to get pistol qual. But you didn't do pistol qual. You were a Marine. You only did rifle qualifications. So you got your rifle qualifications. You might have got your sea duty. You might have got your little jump, but you ain't got nothing of value. He ain't stealing and talking about a set of your knives. You had a Gerber. Gerber cost $60. You killed a young man because you wanted to. Just don't blame the court. Don't blame the court for your actions. You just wanted to do that because you were trained to do that and you wanted to see how it felt. Or you got over there and you played in the sandbox, so you got you a few bodies under your belt and you played with a dirty command and y'all was killing them people just on willy-nilly. It was that. It was that. You get a lot of gung-ho motherfuckers that think it's a video game. It's a lot of innocent lives lost. Ain't nothing I gotta go on video and tell you. I can say it.
Stealing from you.
And that just pissed me off even more, I think.
Okay.
Quite obviously, the detective isn't buying any of it. As the interview is about to come to a close, Nick recounts the gunshots that ended Hunter's life.
You got the one in the stomach, and then the one in the face. And I've heard so many people struggling to breathe, and I couldn't listen to it. It's just one of those kind of triggered me. So just double tap real quick.
To his head?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a mercy killing. You'll soon hear from Montana that this story has no merit whatsoever.
And then 1911?
The one I shot him with is buried in the desert.
Okay. Where in the desert?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay.
You'll never get that from me.
Okay.
Refusing to disclose the gun's location could be a show of power. Nick already confessed to killing Hunter because of the evidence against him.
Yeah, so we don't need
However,
a
the
weapon.
whereabouts of the gun is something he can control, especially if he's the only one who knows the location.
Feel better to get off your chest a little bit? The whole situation didn't even weigh on me. I don't know. The easiest way to explain it would be like putting a mask on.
It seems that in this moment, Nick is the most honest he's been the entire time, openly telling the officers that the murder he committed hasn't bothered him in the least. When he says it's like putting on a mask, he's likely referring to the manipulation and deception that he uses in his everyday life to blend.
Or the training that he received to be a warfighter. That's exactly what it is. Anybody who went over there and played in that sandbox that came back, they are warfighters trying to be regular people. Don't get that twisted.
In with the average person.
Well, you have to be arrested.
I completely understand.
He got blood.
I'd prefer you read me my rights first, though. On the tape with everything else.
I'm not going to read you your rights right now because I'm not going to ask you any more questions. Okay? But we are going to arrest you. All right? So do me a favor. Turn around, put your hands up on the wall there.
Nick is taken into custody, and though his conversation with the detectives is concluded, he definitely isn't done talking. He calls a woman believed to be his mother while in prison, and it seems he still believes he can beat the system.
If they don't have a weapon, that's what he thinking.
What happened, Nick?
Well,
Let's go
right
get it.
now it's murder one.
I know. Who was it?
It was a hitchhiker.
Why?
There's a lot that went into it, man.
That's why you were so infatuated with it. That's why you called me, isn't it?
With what?
As soon as you knew that body had been found.
No. Anything I got from me yesterday didn't account for shit anyway.
Why is that?
Because I never read my rights.
We get some interesting insight as to how Nick thinks when he gloats that because he wasn't read his rights, he believes that nothing that he said the previous day can be held against him. He is sorely mistaken. We can assume Nick was not in custody when he came to speak with officers. If the police ask you to voluntarily come down to the police station and don't place you under arrest, you aren't in custody, so everything you say can be used in court. Unless you're in custody, there is no legal requirement that the police read you your Miranda rights. A few days later, ironically, Montana meets again with the detective for one last interview. And boy, does she have some interesting information to share.
And he talked about doing it more.
Why? What's your purpose again, Montana? You trying to get some time shaved off your sentence? You sat by and watched this man kill this kid that was just simply walking to get to his feet. Bothering us over. We don't want to hear it, bro. We don't want to hear it.
Afterwards, like going and on Highway 51 out in the middle of nowhere and acting like his car was broke down, and then end up killing whoever stopped and taking their car out into the desert and burning it on fire.
We've heard this story before. However, this time Montana has some horrifying information to add.
He talked about doing that. He talked about picking up more hitchhikers. He told me and Keith that it was our turn next. He wanted a little community of little killers. And I went along with it because I didn't know what else to do.
Knowing now that Nick's plan was to commit more murders, a chilling question is raised.
Falling behind
Nick
me,
kill anybody else?
Not that I know of. He never talked about it. I never went after that. He just said that he wanted to.
Did he pick up any hitchhikers that you know of?
After that, no.
And in the question that follows, the detective provides some intriguing information regarding Nick's alleged service.
Did he ever, besides his fake Afghanistan stories where he said he killed people, which aren't true, did he ever talk about killing anybody outside of the military?
Yes, he did. He said when he lived in Caldwell, people would hire him. Kind of.
Not stolen. You a dog, boy. Get out.
Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly dog. Boom, 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 boom. You a ugly little dog. Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly, ugly, ugly dog. Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly little filthy ass dog. Boom, boom, boom.
That just pissed me off even more.
They would pay him to go take care of people that they didn't like.
As horrifying as that admission was, it seems that this was another case of Nick lying about what were, most likely, acts he'd merely fantasized about committing.
There has been a warrant for your arrest.
Okay.
We'll take you from here. You'll get booked into the Twin Falls County Jail.
Okay.
You'll be arraigned probably tomorrow. And you'll end up being transported most likely to the Oahe County Jail. Keith's also just got arrested today too. You knew that Nick did. Nick did confess to this. The case against him is unbelievably strong based on what we've found.
Despite this claim, Nick continues to believe that he has the upper hand. In a jail call recorded a few weeks after Nick's arrest, he and a man believed to be his father discussed the case against him.
I don't know if they've got all their ducks in a row yet.
I don't think they do. I don't think they do.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think they got it all together, and I don't think they've given enough evidence to do a whole lot.
Nick also spoke to a woman believed to be his new girlfriend. Apparently, Nick caught wind of an element that was to be used in the case against him. An incriminating find had surfaced.
Went to court this morning.
Yeah, how'd it go?
I talked to my attorneys, and apparently they're trying to use text messages, a group message between me, Keith, and Montana, about shooting rabbits behind the barn.
Okay.
They're trying to use that as a plan to commit murder. Basically.
What? About shooting rabbits?
Yeah, behind the barn.
In fucking Bruno, Idaho. Shooting rabbits behind a barn. That's a plan?
Apparently.
Give me a fucking break.
In the end, despite his certainty that he would beat the system, Nick elected to take a plea deal. In late August of 2019, he was sentenced to life for first-degree murder. He will serve 30 years before he will be eligible for parole. Montana pleaded guilty to criminal conspiracy and failure to notify authorities of a death. In December of 2019, she received a sentence of 15 years in prison, with a possibility of parole after serving 5 years. Earlier that year, Keith pleaded guilty to accessory to first-degree murder, evidence destruction, and failure to notify authorities of a death. He was sentenced to 26 years and could be eligible for parole after he has served 11 years.
Dang, y'all think those sentences were fair to the... Nick gonna be able to get out. He done lied about being in the service. It's some bullshit, bro. Get your weak self out of here, bro. Like, I don't think that was good for them. I think they should have got a little harsher sentence. Well, Nick at least. I think Montana shouldn't have got 5 years, maybe 2, 3, because she ain't doing nothing but sitting in the car. Everybody said that. She ain't touched about it, nothing. Willie Key, I think he should have got a 10-piece. They gave that boy 26 with a possibility to parole in 11. So I think she should have just got flat out 10 years for that. Because, no, they right. 26 years because you helped move the body in some old shit. I'd have been like, hell nah, bro. Hell no, I'm not touching. I would have been terrified. And old boy shouldn't have got no Nick, lame ass Nick, fake Marine Nick. Shouldn't have got no damn possibility of parole. How? Why? He a dog. Y'all, I'm finna go up here and goddamn enjoy this little. I think me and my baby finna go get us a little breakfast sandwich. Bread pulled up to finish doing the thing on my baby car. Hey man, I'm gonna hit y'all up when I'm on the road. Check me out on the book. Man, pray for our safe travels. Y'all get outside and do something today. Some pretty weather. It done been raining all week up here. So enjoy the day. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for tapping in for some overtime. Have an amazing, amazing day.
Here this morning, police are looking for a suspect.
The owned lead detective agency capable of handling these grotesque and obscene cases. Look no further than the DaOnes detective agency, where evidence does not matter. We lock you up and figure it out later.
What's up?
The DaOnes detective agency, with your captain, Uno the One.